Nobody wanted this to come out, that we had any involvement whatsoever with that particular lab. And they also, very importantly, didn't want it to come out. I don't know, maybe they're afraid of World War III or something, that this virus originated in this particular lab. If you'll recall, one of the things that people just went nuts on was when Donald Trump was like, yeah, I've heard intelligence that suggests it might have come from there. I mean, we don't know. We're looking at everything. But just the fact that he said that, everybody went nuts. Nature Journal ran a big thing the next day. Certain people got grants, etc. as a result of that. Well, now you have whistleblowers coming forward here saying, and this is in Science Magazine now, that the CIA bribed its own COVID-19 origin team to reject lab leak theory. This is according to two anonymous whistleblower claims. And so now there's this testimony you see from the CIA whistleblower alleging new information on this COVID origins. And this is coming forward to the House Oversight Committee. And they're writing that according to the whistleblower, at the end of its review, 6 of the 7 members of the team believed the intelligence and science were sufficient to make a low confidence assessment that COVID-19 originated from a laboratory in Wuhan, China. The 7th member of the team, who also happened to be the most senior, was the lone officer to believe COVID-19 originated through zoonosis. The whistleblower further contends that to come to the eventual public determination of uncertainty, the other 6 members were given a significant monetary incentive to change their position. Wow. Okay. That's a big accusation. Remember how like different teams had different views on where the Wuhan virus really originated. Forgive me, the coronavirus, whether it came from Wuhan or someplace else, and they're sort of undecided. And so what these people are now alleging is that there was money exchanged. And in order to get people to change their tune and say, well, maybe it didn't really come from here, that they were paid this significant amount of money. The CIA is vehemently denying this. I will put that out there. They are saying absolutely no way, Jose. Just like, by the way, the White House is saying absolutely no way, Jose, did Joe Biden have anything to do with his son's business. Okay, so that's their side. But we ought to be able to report this other side. I mean, you do have whistleblowers making these allegations now about the CIA. And these are pretty alarming comments. I mean, look, a governor of our overall GDP, which is not going to be so good, if Biden stays in office much longer. I want to show you because, guys, and I see a couple of you mentioning this here, these economic numbers are just really bad, like really, 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 really bad, because we just learned today that inflation has jumped another 3.7%. And the reason it's jumping is because of energy prices. We got news the other day that Biden, he's been like back and forth. He finally decided he's not going to drill in the Arctic, and he's pulling away all those contracts. OPEC, meanwhile, it's been cutting production. So what do you think happens? Oil prices go up. And no, we don't have all those electric vehicles, and we don't have the whole grid built out for those electric vehicles. So what do you think is going to happen in the interim? Energy prices go up, people suffer, right? And yet somehow, despite this spike in energy prices, they want you to think otherwise. I mean, it's wild to me. Let me give you the numbers. So in August, CPI, Consumer Price Index, rose 3.7% from 12 months earlier. It was up from 3.2% in July. Yikes. Okay, so this is not good. And hey, great. It fell from 9.1% in June 2022. That was the highest it had been since 1981. But keep in mind, it was Mr. Joe Biden who came into office in January of 21, and then, somehow for the February 21, and then you got 9.1% on the Consumer Price Index, even higher, by the way, double digits on the producer prices. So, he can say it's coming down, but let's just keep in mind who it went up under. It is still higher. So inflation is still a problem. And the reason it's a problem, if you read the fine print, is because of gas prices. In fact, I'm going to quote from a CNBC article in which they write, gasoline prices jumped 10.6% in August alone, following a 0.2% increase in July. Gasoline cost $3.84 a gallon on average as of Tuesday, according to AAA. Gasoline was the largest contributor to inflation in the month of August, accounting for over half of that increase. Hey everyone, Trish Regan here. If you enjoyed that clip, please do me the favor of subscribing to the channel. Just hit that little subscribe button right over there. Did I do that right? Not quite, but you know where it is. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you get the alerts, and I'll see you back on the show.